So this has obviously been a busy year for you with, you have Frankenweenie coming out, you have this, you had Dark Shadows. What's the secret to sort of maintaining a consistent output?
Well, this is a rarity. I mean, it doesn't usually happen like this, but I mean, every project's so difficult to get going, so you kind of take them when you can, and it just happened to be kind of a weird alignment and convergence. It won't happen very often like this.
I heard that you kind of came on board this before he was even done writing the book. What was the process like of becoming attached to the film?
Well, that's it. Before he even read the book, I heard the title and it just made me want to see the movie. I didn't even need to read it because it reminded me of a movie I would see when I was a kid. These weird kind of monster movies, and so it was that was the thing alone that just made me not only want to be a part of it but also see it. See it realized.
Was it ever a consideration to direct it yourself?
I thought about it for briefly, but after talking to Timur for a while, I realized that I just got so excited by him talking about it. I just so it's finally like I want to see your version of this movie. It's like he had such a passion for it, and like I said, I just liked the way what he was talking about. So it was quite an easy decision to say please you should do this movie.
Did you seek him out to direct it, or did he come
to
you?
Well, I'd worked with Jim and Timur before as producers on something, so I knew them, and initially we were just talking about it as producers, but it was very early on it became apparent that he was the best man for the job.
Once filming begins and they're in production, how involved are you at that point?
As a director, I try not to. I know what it's like, and for me, it's more about just supporting and supporting the project and helping to get the project done. I mean, that's the key element for me. Because with somebody like Timur, I'm just there in case he needs me for anything or wants to talk about anything. But with somebody like him, you're in good hands, and that it's going to be interesting and good. So, for me, it's just about support and getting the project through.
What was the casting process like, finding Ben? I mean, how many people would you say you guys looked at?
Well, it was tough because obviously Lincoln is such a known figure, so you got to get somebody who's got some kind of physical resemblance to the character, but also being a good being a great actor, bringing, because it's an outlandish idea, you need the humanity of the character, which was very, very important, and then also being like an action star, wielding an axe. So there's three kind of weird, different elements that have to kind of come together into one thing. So, and a movie like this, which sounds outlandish, the casting, him and the whole rest of the cast, are always lucky when you get a great cast. And I mean, that's what helps ground it and make it real and believable. So for me, that was the second thing that was, the most important thing, and I think for me it's like a great cast, and that really helps ground this project.
I'm just curious, obviously so many of your movies deal with the supernatural and fantastical elements. How much do you believe in your real life in supernatural, afterlife, those sorts of things?
Well, I mean, just look at just any time you look at anything, you just realize how surreal and supernatural life is, and how amazing and surreal and slightly unbelievable and crazy. So, I think it's not a hard stretch to believe in certain supernatural elements.
And finally, can you reveal anything about what your next project is, what you're working on now?
I'm just finishing up an animated film, and
which has been going.
Yeah, it's been going on for a while. So that's all. But as a producer, like for me, it's hard to watch movies that I work on. But since I didn't do this one, it's like I can enjoy it, which I'm happy about.